request to do a bronzing type video, so I hope you like this one. It's very natural looking and very glowy for the summertime, so I hope you like it, and yeah, I will see you guys at the end of it. Alright, Salty Beauties, so I already did this eye and I did pretty much all my foundation. This is going to be about bronzing and just having a more of a bronze glow during the summertime instead of a full face. I mean, it's still a full face of makeup, but this one's very simple and it just gives you a more natural type of look. So I just used 2 colors on my eyelid. The first one we're going to use is Brand New Penny, and it's just this light peachy coppery color. It's one of our best sellers besides Glamazoid, so it looks good on every skin tone. So you're just going to take a big fluffy brush and knock off the excess, and you're just going to dust this all over the lid, from the lid all the way up to the brow bone. In the inner corner. You guys hear that? That is my daughter's dove. Probably wants to come out. Okay, and then just sweep it under the lower lash line there. So then we're going to go in with Caramelly Delights, and it's just this, it almost looks like a bronzer, but it's just this really pretty coppery color, and it's got some gold flecks in it, and it's got a matte base. So, and I'm just going to take, I'll use this brush. I'm just going to take a brush that looks like this, and you're just going to, you're not going to pat it not too much farther over the crease. So just all over the lid there, in the inner corner. And make sure you get it close to the lash line there. And then sweep it under the lashes there. Alright, so I'm just going to take that same fluffy brush that we used with Brand New Penny, and I'm just going to go in and blend all that out, just so you have a soft merge of colors there. Alright, so now you've done that, I'm just going to go in with a brown eyeliner pencil. This one's Starlit and Chocolate. This is more of a reddish brown than like your other, just your regular brown eye. So look for something that's more of a reddish brown. But if you don't have it, then just use whatever you have in brown. But we don't want anything harsh like black or anything like that. So you're just gonna line the top and the bottom. Like, this doesn't have to be super precise because you're gonna smudge it out. Okay, then I'm just going to take a little angled brush, it looks like this, and I'm going to go back in with that Caramelly Delights, and I'm just going to get some on my brush, and I'm just going to go over the eyeliner with it, just to set it and to smudge it. And that's really about it. I'm just going to put a quick coat of mascara on here. And I'm going to use Makeup Forever Smoky Extravagant. Okay, so now we're going to go in and do the skin, the bronzing part. So like I said, I've already primed and I put my BB cream on and everything, and I use Tarte's Clean Slate Flawless. And this is oil free, so there's no dimethicone in it. It's silicone free, waterproof, and brightening. And then I go in and use this as a base on top of that, and that's Garnier's BB cream, Skin Renew, and oil free. Or it's for a combination to oily skin. So, and it's got SPF 20, and I really like it. All right, so the trick to bronzing is first you're gonna start with, well, basically what I started with. You don't have to do it that way. You can just stop at the BB cream, but you want to use something that's at least 1 to 2 shades darker than your natural skin tone. And with the BB cream, that's gonna kind of blend in a lot better than using just foundation. So this one is medium to deep, and this one's almost, now that I've been spray tanning myself, it's almost too light for my skin, so I'm gonna have to go get the darker one. But yeah, just get something that's a shade or two darker than what your skin is. And I'm gonna go in and I'm going to top it with our Fabulously Flawless Mineral Foundation. And this is in tan number 2. I don't usually use this color, but since we're going for a bronze look, I'm going to go ahead and, you see all this fallout I got here. Hopefully I'm going to be able to buff this out with this, make this foundation. And the good thing about mineral foundation is it is very forgiving, so you can get away with using different shades and not have that mask-like effect. All right, so I'm just taking this IT Cosmetics brush, and it's a foundation brush, and I'm just gonna go in and start here at the neck, and I'm just gonna buff that in. And I already contoured and highlighted and everything like that. So this is with cream. So this is just basically gonna go in and set the cream makeup that I put on. The other good thing is about mineral foundation is it's got natural sunscreens in it, and it's very oil absorbing, so it's great for the summertime. So once it gets a little warmer here in the middle of summer, I will completely do away with the BB cream and just stick to the mineral foundation, because I get so oily in the summertime that those other makeups tend to slide off and stuff. So, and it kind of burns too. I don't like that feeling. My face gets itchy. Okay, so I've had some people ask me how my skin looks so flawless all the time. This is video, so you guys can tell that I really don't touch up my pictures that much. But I also gave myself a microderm this morning, which helps a lot. So I try to do that microderm at least once a week or every couple weeks, just depending on how much time I have. But that really just sloughs off, you know, the top layer of skin and gives you a smooth canvas to work with. Okay, so now we did that. And you see, it's a really smoothing and looks really good on camera. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna bronze. It's up to you what kind of brush you like to use, but you can use something that looks like this. This is a big fan brush. I tried using this, and sometimes I'll do it, but I've really just switched to just using this, and I like this because of the shape. And this one's It Cosmetics, and these are so luxurious. They're very expensive, but it's worth it because of how it feels. It's just so soft. Okay, so I'm going to use, since I've gotten darker, my go-to bronzer was usually turned on in Tahiti, but I've recently just gone a little bit darker, so I've switched to Beautiful in Brazil, which is a little bit darker than the turned on in Tahiti. So where is the lid to it? Oh, all right. So I just take the lid and I get some on the, you don't need a lot. So I just get some on the brush, and I'm going to tap off the excess in the lid, and that's what I'm basically going to use for all the bronzing. So that's all you need. Like I told you guys before in another video, bronzing is different than contouring. Yeah, you're using the same types of colors, but they're different textures. So contouring, you're using a completely matte color. So I've contoured pretty much everywhere where you see the shadows. And bronzing, you can use a matte bronzer, but I like the shimmery bronzers just because it gives you more of a luminescent effect, and I like that. So if you're going to contour, you have to use two different textures. So if you're contouring, then you need to use a shimmery bronzer. If you're not going to contour, then you can go ahead and use a matte bronzer. Okay, so bronzing is basically anywhere the sun would naturally tan you. So that instead of highlighting those areas like we would normally, we're going to bronze them. So I like to start here on my top of my cheekbone and just draw a big C. So right there in the top of my forehead and this whole bony area. So all of this right here. And you can go in and put more if you would like to be super bronzy. Just be careful. I like our bronzers because they don't have that orangey type of base to it. And then the same thing to the other side. And you're just lightly, notice I'm not doing that. I just notice some girls do that with their, you want to treat your skin very gently. So if you rub like crazy, you're just tearing up your skin. So that's why we look for makeup brushes that are super soft, and that's why they're more expensive, because of the hair. And don't ever use those stupid brushes that come in those things. I mean, in a pinch, I guess I get it, but just invest in some good face brushes. The eyeshadow brushes you can get away with getting something cheaper, but invest in some good face brushes. Alright, so I think that's good. Alright, and then I do the top of my nose because that gets tan. And then I do the chin. And then I also bring it down under the chin, or under the jawline here, and I just bring it down here. So it's all an even looking tan. Alright, so see, I didn't dip anything back in the jar, and I just used everything that was in the lid. So that is plenty of bronzer. Now you don't want to look like you just a jar of bronzers threw up on your face. So, all right. So that's the bronzing part. So the next thing I do is I get a naturally looking cheek color that my face would naturally blush in. So It's just up to you what color you want to use, but I like to use something that's got a pop, that's going to pop a little bit. So I've been using this Coming Up Roses, and it's just this very, very light mauvey pink. And the trick to this is, I mean, you could stop here, but you want a naturally looking flush. So usually your skin turns brown first and then it starts to burn. So since we've already tanned our skin, now we're going to put a slight burn on it, if that makes sense. So we're just going to basically do the same thing that we did to the bronzer and just lightly apply some blush, a flush of color there. So it looks like we've been out in the sun naturally, and this is what we look like. And the same concept as a bronzer, I just put a tiny bit on the brush and put the excess in the lid. And then the top of the nose, just exact same places. And that's really about it. I like to go in with this. This is what I use my fan brush for. I just go in and just go over my entire face so it just kind of blends seamlessly together. And now you have this nice bronzy glow. And just be aware, if you're doing all this bronzy look, do not go in and put a more bronze or brown color on your lips. Since you already got everything bronzed, you want to put a nice pop of color on your lips. I have on just a tiny bit of Mulberry, but I'm going to take it a step further and use Sweetness would look good. Anything red. But you don't want it to look, you just need a dab of it on your lips. You don't need like a full thing of lipstick. So I got this the other day from NARS. I've been dying to try their matte, pure matte lipstick. This one's in Carthage, so I'm just gonna use this one. So yeah, that's about it. So now you're beach ready, wherever, lake ready, whatever, and you look naturally glowing and radiant. Alright, so yeah, I hope you liked it, and if you guys want to see other tutorials, sorry I haven't done one in a while, it's just been super busy with sales and just life in general around here, so just getting ready to get out of school and all that stuff. So, alright, I hope you liked it, and we'll see you next time.